Today, I want to share with you 5 feminine energy secrets that mesmerize men. I'm going to invite you to play with these things and dance with these things and see how this works for you. So, I think we're going to have a lot of fun here today. I'm Michelle Marchant Johnson. I'm here to help you be that woman of high value who meets and attracts your high quality man. And to begin today, I want to start with just a little story. About 15 years ago, back when I was single, I went to a party with lots of interesting people, and I went with one of my dear friends who's a lovely, lovely woman. While we were at this party, she was interacting with, having these fun little flirtatious interactions and conversations with these different men at this party. And it was like the men were drawn to her like a moth to a flame. In the meantime, I was feeling really self conscious, really awkward, really out of place, and like I didn't really understand why I felt so uncomfortable. I just wanted to get out of there, and I really felt like I was invisible to the men. And it was really kind of painful. In fact, by the time we left this party, I was in the car with her, and I really felt like I wanted to cry because I had just felt so invisible there and so awkward and uncomfortable. Now, part of that is the fact that I have a more introverted type of a personality, and maybe she was a little bit more extroverted. But as I've thought back on this particular experience, one thing that is really clear to me is that my friend possessed naturally, inherently, some feminine energy secrets that were really serving her well in her interactions with men. And as I've thought about this and tried to describe this, I've come up with an acronym that I think might help and some ideas just for you to explore and experiment with. So I'm going to use the word laugh, LAUGH, as an acronym to describe some of this feminine energy that my dear friend possessed that might also be worth exploring or developing within yourself. And one of the reasons I think this is important is that because you are a woman of high value, even though the end goal or the deepest desire may be to be in partnership with a wonderful, high quality man, this is your real life. And I want you to find joy in the journey because love, dating, romance, relationships are supposed to be fun. There's supposed to be some joy in that, along with kind of the ups and downs that can happen as you're on that journey to love. But if we can have more fun and enjoy our lives and enjoy the experience along the way, I think that is very staying very true to being high value. So just try these things on for size, see what resonates with you, and maybe start even experimenting with some of this in your interactions with men and in your overall dating approach. So the word laugh starts with the letter L, and the L stands for lightness. So one of the things that my friend did that was really appealing and inviting, I think, to the men was that she had a playful energy about her. She knew how to interact in a way that was playful and fun and light, maybe a little flirty. And there's the old Cyndi Lauper song, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. It turns out the men like to have fun too, because a lot of men are very cerebral. They're in their heads. And when they're around a woman that is playful with them, with no agenda other than just to enjoy the moment, enjoy the interaction with them, it allows them to actually feel, to get out of their heads and actually feel something through the laughter, through the playfulness. That's fun and exciting for them. And men do want someone that they can do fun things with in life. They want someone that wants to play with them in part. That's important to them. So that's the first one. It's that lightness of energy, and it's kind of that lightness of energy around the whole interaction and dating experience. So then the A stands for authenticity. So my friend, another thing that she was really good at was that she was very authentic and she was very real. And there wasn't much in terms of pretense around her. She was able to share some of her vulnerabilities or her fears or some of the parts of her that she felt were, not perfect. She was able to kind of laugh at herself and some of what she considered to be her imperfections. And that made it comfortable for other people to share some of those kinds of things about themselves with her as well. So she was just really real. Like I can remember one time she said something like, at a party, she said something like, "Yep, I'm, really struggling to get these last 20 pounds off," because she was trying to lose some weight. And at the time, it struck me as being like a really vulnerable thing to say because even though I was trying to get 20, 30 pounds off myself, it wasn't something I was necessarily going to bring up. And I'm not suggesting you point out your flaws to a man, but the point is she felt comfortable just being real and sharing what she was struggling with or what her challenges were, as well as just not really having any pretense or pretending to be anyone different than who she was. I think that makes it safe for a man to reveal more of himself. The third letter in the word laugh is U, and for this I've chosen unattached. So when my friend was interacting at this party that I'm describing, she was not attached to any outcome. She wasn't thinking, "Does this guy like me? Is this guy going to ask me out? Could this be my husband? Could this be the guy for me?" When she was just having these interactions, she was just enjoying it, being in the moment, being present in the moment for whatever it was right then and there. She was not there with an agenda or with an outcome in mind or with any particular hope that something was going to go in any direction with any particular person that she was interacting with at that time. And yes, at the end of the day, it's good to be clear about what you want long term, big picture in terms of in love, dating, and relationship. But if you're just meeting someone for the first time, or you're just interacting with a man, then not having that agenda other than to enjoy the moment and explore if there's enough there to continue the conversation can be really inviting and really appealing because otherwise we can be sitting across from someone on a date or on a first meeting and our mind is so busy thinking all of these thoughts. Could he be the one? Do I like him? Does he like me? What's going on here? Does this have any possibility? I don't want to waste my time. Does my makeup look okay? Does my hair look okay? If we're so busy with all of this chatter, it's hard to just be present in the moment and be unattached about any specific outcome of any one interaction. Yes, you can be attached or committed to what you want in life, but lightening up these interactions can be really valuable. The next letter is G, and for this I've chosen the word gracious. So one of the things that I observed, and as I think back on this with my friend, was that she was able to what I call graciously receive from men. So if a man offered to do something nice for her, offered to walk her to her car, offered to help her on with her coat, offered to get her a cookie or a brownie, whatever, just giving examples here, she was able to graciously receive from men. In other words, she was open and able to allow for men to contribute to her, to offer their gifts, their compliments, their attention, doing something nice for her. She was open and able to receive and then was able to acknowledge or appreciate. So she would thank them. She would graciously thank them and she would graciously receive, which in turn makes a man feel good because he's provided something for you that you could have done for yourself perhaps, but that is something that feels good to you. And then he gets to experience feeling in the masculine energy by having done that for you and by being appreciated for it. And so just being gracious and open to allowing a man to give to you, to contribute to you, and saying yes where it makes sense, where it's not immoral, illegal, or it doesn't feel unsafe or uncomfortable to you in any way, is a way to graciously receive from a man. And that actually invites more of that kind of romantic energy between a man and a woman than the I got it handled fine, or I'll do it myself kind of energy that we often show up with. So that's the G. The H on laugh is happy. This is not just faking it, but truly, genuinely being happy about your own life, living your best life, being passionate to the things that are about the things that are important to you, being lit from within about the things that are exciting or important to you or that matter to you, and being able to share about those things, not just like you would on a resume, but be able to share from a feeling place, from that place inside of you, that heart-centered place inside of you, that can give a man a glimpse of who you really are on a deep core level. That can be incredibly attractive. And as many of you know, that over the last few years, I've interviewed well over 100 men in my man panel events and have learned so much from all of these men, as well as being in relationship with my husband for the past 13 years. And one of the things that men have shared with me frequently is how attractive it is to have a woman be really lit up about what she's excited about in life, about her passions, her interests, the things that make her happy, and to be able to share about those things from her heart. It gives a man a little glimpse of who you are in a different way than if you're just expressing things in a factual way. And so being able to genuinely be happy about your life also is encouraging to a man, because men want to be with a woman who's happy. They want to make us happy. But if we're already happy, think of how much easier their job is, so to speak. In their minds, their job is to help make us happy. If we're already happy, then he gets to know that he can contribute to your life, but you're already happy. And so he gets to experience that joy of being part of a life of a woman who is already enjoying her life. And who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want to be with someone who is already living a great life? So as I think back on this party and I think back on how my friend was showing up, I can see that she really encompassed these qualities and these characteristics, these feminine energy qualities and characteristics that I really do believe can be mesmerizing to a man. Now, for me, I have to say these things didn't necessarily come as naturally as they did to her. This seemed to be just her natural way of being. But for me, it was more of a learned it's more of a learned opportunity or a learned skill. But the good news is that you can learn these skills. And as I learned from her, and as I've learned more about men and relationships and have had the opportunity to practice a lot in real time, I've learned to develop these feminine qualities, these feminine energy qualities, and it's so much fun because it can really create a win-win scenario where you get to get more of your wants and needs met. You get to have the fun, joyful, happy interactions with a man, and he gets to feel good by having you in that place where you're showing up that way. That creates a fun and interesting and often romantic energy between a man and a woman. So, this could be said you're going to laugh your way to love if we summarize it in a sentence. And I invite you to explore, experiment, just play with some of these ideas in some of your interactions with men, and let me know how it goes. Be sure to leave a comment below on your thoughts or any questions that you would like to have me answer in a future video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I'm wanting to grow my YouTube channel this year, and would really be so grateful if you like this video, if you would subscribe. So I'm sending you love, blessings, and wishing you joy in the journey. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.